Hi, Advanced Painters. This is Mrs. McBride. I wanted to give you just kind of a quick overview of your next painting project, which I am calling the Art of Your Ancestors Painting Project. In your Schoology materials last week and this week, I've posted the materials, but I just want to go over the steps with you. So basically, the first thing that you're going to do is it says you're going to determine where in the world your ancestors came from. And you can do that a couple ways. You can make a family tree, and I'll show you the diagram for that. Or you can just talk with your relatives, your mom and dad, your grandparents, aunts and uncles, anyone that might know a little about your family history. And what you're really looking for is the countries that your ancestors came from before they moved to America. Because unless you are 100% Native American, every single person in the United States is the descendants of people who immigrated from other countries. So what you're going to do is find out what countries or regions of the world your family originally came from. And then after you've done that, you're going to look at the Art of Your Ancestors PowerPoint. So let me just quick, though, go back to the family tree diagram. So if you'd like to fill this diagram out, you can print it out or you can hand draw it yourself. But basically, you would go put your name on this line, and then your mom or dad would go here, your mom or dad would go here. And I would write down in each spot where that person was born. And then let's say, for example, your mom is here, then you would put in the grandparents row, you would put your mom's mom and your mom's dad, and then your dad's mom and your dad's dad. And then you go to your great-grandparents. And again, if you can say where they were born, or if you know, like, for example, like this branch of your family tree was from Norway, and this branch of your family tree was from Colombia, or Puerto Rico, or Russia, or Zimbabwe, or whatever. Then what you're going to do, I'm going to go back to the project steps, is you're going to look at the Art of Your Ancestors PowerPoint to get ideas. And we're going to go through this like super fast. But it's going to give you some ideas, and then you're going to be researching, that's step 3, the art of your ancestors by Googling different terms to find out the type of art that people from your family's native regions create. And then you're going to choose your favorite image, and you're going to create a painting based on that image. You can either try to faithfully reproduce it or kind of use it as a starting point and then, put your own twist on it. So let's look at the PowerPoint together. So I'm going to go back here, and I don't know if this is going to work if I go to the slideshow. I hope it doesn't mess things up. Let's try it. Okay, I guess it's working. All right, so here we go. So it says, do you know where your ancestors came from, or what do you know about their lives? So read through this, and I'm not going to read it to you. I know you guys can all read. And then here's a map of the world. You can kind of see where your ancestors are from. And then your assignment, it says, ask your family about the history and culture of your ancestors. List all the regions, countries, or cultures that your ancestors came from. And I can't speak today. Research the traditional art of those regions, countries, or cultures. And then go ahead and read through the assignment, which is basically the same as the step-by-step sheet. Okay, so then what I did is I kind of just divided the world up into different regions alphabetically, and on each slide that tells about that region of the world, I give you suggestions of what you can Google, but you have to use your own creative problem solving to think of other terms that you can Google to find art that is native to the area that your family is from. So you could, for example, do traditional art of Africa, traditional art of the specific region or country. But African art is known for masks, ceremonial objects, textiles, etc. So you could always put like traditional African jewelry or folk wood carvings of Africa. So you've got to kind of play around with what you're Googling. So let me just go through this quick. There are 80 slides, and some you might not be as interested in because maybe they don't have to do with your family ancestry. However, you don't have to do a piece of art based on your family's ancestry. For example, if you don't have any African ancestry, but you think African masks are really cool and you want to do a painting of one, then do a painting of one. This is just a starting point using your ancestry. So these are all examples of African art. And also, you guys, like, let's say you think these warrior guys look really cool, but you're like, wow, that would be really hard to paint this whole thing. You can always crop out a certain part and do a painting of just part of an image. Okay, so that's Africa. And then there's Australia. Again, a map, things you could possibly Google, and examples of their artwork. Same with the Caribbean islands. I know a lot of students have Caribbean ancestry, different art from those regions. China, things you can Google, examples of Chinese art. Also some links you can click on to get more ideas. If you are a Native American, things you can Google here, examples of Native American artwork. Central and South America, you might have Mexican, Mayan, Aztec, or Inca ancestry, and different types of art from those regions. Maybe you're from Europe, or in the British Isles, or continental Europe. Different regions, you can search for art from those regions. If you're from European ancestry, you might do like your country's coat of arms or your family coat of arms, like McBride, and my maiden name was Miller. Celtic symbols, German folk art, Ukrainian folk art, which is really beautiful, an English war helmet. Maybe you have Scandinavian or Viking ancestry, beautiful art made by the Vikings. Scandinavian folk art is really beautiful. Maybe your family's from India or Nepal or Bhutan or Bangladesh. Love the art of this area of the world, this region of the world. I love it. Going really fast, maybe Japan and Korea, Korean ancestry. Maybe you're from the Middle East or the Islamic world. Absolutely beautiful artwork from this region of the world. Lots of patterns and designs that you could be enlarged and made into a painting. Maybe you're from the Pacific Islands or New Zealand, Hawaii, Fiji, Tahiti, that area of the world. Lots of tattooing. Body art was really famous, or not famous, but very prevalent in their culture. These tiki sculptures would make beautiful pieces of art. Maybe you're of Russian ancestry, lots of beautiful folk art. Maybe you're from Southeast Asia, and again, beautiful art from this region of the world. So, basically, trying to summarize the art of the world is impossible, but I tried to give you a starting point. So you're going to Google the art of the region, culture, country your ancestors came from, or even from a culture or country whose artwork you love. Learn about yourself, about others, and about the world, and make a painting that means something to you. So your next step then, you guys, is to now start Googling images that you'd like to base your painting on. And then the next step will be, now for the kids here, we enlarge the image in a Word document and then we printed it out. But what I'd like you guys to do is to upload your image to me so I can take a look at it. And then that'll be due by the end of the weekend, and then next week we'll start painting. All right, let me know if you have any issues or questions, and I'm always here if you need help. All right, so I'm going to sign off, and that's it. I hope you have fun learning about your ancestry and the art from your native lands. Bye.